Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and in this video we're going to break down the Pirelli Diablo Supercorsa SP V3 tires, available at RevZilla.com. So I dare you to say the name 10 times fast. There's not a company in the world that has a more confusing naming convention than trying to figure out Pirelli's tires. The Diablo Supercorsa SP V3 is replacing the SP V2. Now, this tire's been out for a little while, but what we're really excited about is that they've finally updated all the sizing. So now these are gonna work for the majority of sport bikes and hyper sport nakeds on the market. Where this falls in Pirelli's line, this is their top of the line DOT street tire. So if you are looking for an aggressive sport bike tire that maximizes dry weather grip over everything else in a DOT rating, this is where you're looking in Pirelli's line. Prices for this are going to be ultra premium. You're coming around $190 is where the fronts start out, and then all the way up to about $308 for the larger size rears. Essentially what that means for you is somewhere around $450 to $500 for a set of these tires. Now, these are going to maximize dry weather grip. I have used the previous version, the V2s, on a Street Triple RS. Absolutely loved them for track use and for street use. If you are out there and you are using your street bike as also maybe 2 or 3 track days a year, these are an excellent tire to consider. Just keep in mind, these are not the best tire to use on the street if things start to get a little bit wet or a little bit slick. I would recommend for those of you out there that are looking for something a bit more street oriented to consider the Diablo Supercorsa 2. That's a pretty decently aggressive sport bike tire, but it's leaning a little bit more to the street. And then you could also look at the Angel GT2 if you're looking for something to give you better mileage, but also give you like a sporty grip. The Angel GT2 is a sport touring tire that leans a little bit towards the sporty side of things within Pirelli's line, and it's going to have a lot of the similar 17-inch sizes. But again, with this tire, you're really looking at just 17-inch sizes, and this is going to maximize grip over everything else, including longevity. So in the set that I was using, and again, I had the V2 version. It was, I'd say about 2,000 miles out of a rear, and it was getting a little bit sketchy. I would assume that for most of you on a rear on this, if you're getting about 2,500 miles in not track conditions, or in non-tracked conditions rather, that's gonna be a pretty decent use out of a rear on this. Now, that being said, when you're looking at this, minimal tread pattern, and again, maximum grip. So the main change you're gonna see from the V2 to the V3 is they've improved the coverage, or they've improved the cornering contact patch. So it's a bit of more of an aggressive profile to this. The front tire is gonna be a mono compound. The rear is gonna be a dual compound. That carries over, but it's really aiming at improving lean angle with this tire, especially for those of you that are trail braking hard into a corner, just getting more of that contact patch on the ground for improved grip. But for those of you out there that are looking for one of the most aggressive DOT tires on the market for sport use and track use, again, I'm really looking at this tire if I'm planning on doing 1 or 2 track days a year with my street bike. This is an excellent option to consider, but it is sitting at the very top of the price food chain within Pirelli's line. Is pretty much one of the top of the price food chain across all tire manufacturers' lines for a DOT tire. Now, if you're not sure as to whether this tire is right for you, you want to hear more about what other riders have to say, I would encourage you to click the info button on your desktop or mobile device where you can read other rider reviews. If you're really just not sure where to start with tires, give one of our Gear Geeks a call, 877-792-9455, or shoot an email over to cs@revzilla.com. They can walk you through all the different tires that are available for your bike as well as your preferred riding style. The last thing you want to do is get a set of tires that's just not going to match your expectations. I want to thank you for joining us today for this Pirelli Diablo Supercorsa SP V3 quick look. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.